welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to start off with a flat white HD Pro concealer, and we're going to apply this all over our eyelids with our fingers. The reason why I like to apply it with my fingers and not a brush is because our fingers kind of warm up the product, so it's much easier to spread all over your eyelids, since this is a very thick consistency. Next, we're going to take our Anastasia palette in Prism, and I'm going to go ahead with this highlight yellow. That's what I call it because it reminds me of the highlights that we used to use in high school to highlight stuff, of course. So basically, I have a white, not white, but a small fluffy brush, and I am just gonna basically build up the product, since if you just do like one coat of it, it is really not that brightness. Next, I'm going to take a kind of big fluffy brush, bigger than the one I was using, just to make sure to blend everything and make sure that everything is nice and even. And I'm going to go back with that same white concealer that we used earlier, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut out like half of my eyelid. And we're going to go in with this color. I want to call it like, it's kind of like, reminds me of a baby blue mixed with a little bit of green, not as much, but I really like this color. And it's from the palette Take Me to Brazil from BH Cosmetics. So it's super affordable, and I really love it because it has so many different fun colors that you can play with. And here, as you see, I am just going back and forth, doing the same technique that I did earlier with the yellow, just kind of building it up just to get it as the color that I want it to be. And just back and forth with each eye, just to make sure that both colors are even. Next, we're going to go in with this pointy flat brush, and we're going to go in with this pink color, also from the same palette, Take Me Back to Brazil from BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to do the same technique that I did with the previous two colors. We're just going to go ahead and build up the color to get it as intense as I would like to get it. Going back to our palette, I'm going to take these two blues right here and mix them both together. The reason why I mixed them both together because the top one was very dark and intense, and the bottom one, I liked the color, but it wasn't as vibrant. So mixing them both together actually gave me the perfect blue shade that I was looking for. And with this eyeshadow, I'm going in with a small kind of pointy brush. Next, we're just going to do our eyebrows. And I'm going to take this white highlight from the palette as well, and apply it with a flat shader brush on the lower brow bone of our eyes. Okay, next we're going to move on to the face, and I'm using this MAC Prep primer that I got in my Ipsy bag. The reason why I love my Ipsy bag, I always get new stuff to try, and I'm basically applying it all over my face, mostly where my oily skin is at, and going in with one of my favorite foundations, the L'Oreal Pro Matte. Really love this because, one, it's matte. Second, I have super oily skin, and this helps me stay oil free for a long time. And this has been one of my favorite concealers at the moment. It is the e.l.f. 16 hour, where it's super thick consistency. So I recommend, what I've learned after doing this video is just to apply it where you're gonna blend as you apply, basically, pretty much. Also, your beauty blender or your sponge has to be a little bit wetter. Mine was not as wet. Um, Due to that, I had wet it before I started the video, and it kind of got dried. So I've learned that you need to apply it with a very wet beauty blender or a sponge. I think any sponge will do, because I have tried it with other sponge and it blends perfectly fine. It's just that you have to work fast because the consistency is so thick. Okay, next we're gonna go and start baking underneath our eyes, just to make sure that, I like to do this just to make sure that the concealer stays in place and to clean up off any fallout eyeshadows that I have, which I didn't have much. And this is also the same concealer from e.l.f. I only got it in a darker color, Coffee Break, which kind of, my contour kind of looks like the color of coffee. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this as well as so, to define my cheeks and to define my forehead all around, just with a sponge, beauty blender, whatever you have on hand would work. And also wanted to contour my nose just so that it gives the appearance of a smaller nose. Kind of think looks good. I like doing it. Some people don't. It just, whatever your preference is, it is. You can also have fun, dance, and make a fish face. Why not? Have fun. Okay, from also BH Cosmetics, this is the Nude Blush Palette. I'm just going to take this color and apply a little bit of color to my cheeks. I don't want so much color due to that our eyeshadow is very colorful. I'm just going back and making sure that cleaning off any excess powder and basically powdering my face from whatever is left over on the sponge. And this is from, I want to say, Morphe. Next, we're going to add some highlight. This is my all-time favorite Wet n Wild highlight. I just love the color. I love the highlight. I just love it. It's super affordable as well, and I like to use a lot of highlight, so a super affordable highlight is just perfect for me. I'm just going to apply it on my nose. I put a lot on my nose. Cupid bows. And with this yellow eyeliner, we're just going to eyeline our waterline. This was kind of like the inspiration that I had for this eye color, and it turned out pretty good. Next, with a smaller pointy brush, the same colors that we mixed for the two blues, I'm going to mix them again and apply it to the bottom of our waterline. And so just going back and forth, make sure everything is blended. Also, like, kind of go back and forth to the top to blend it, and it kind of brings some color. I'm gonna take the same highlight that is on the palette that we put underneath our brow bone, and I'm gonna put it in the outer corner of my eyes. Next, I'm gonna outline my lips with this nudie peach lip liner. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it neutral with the rest of the colors because our eyes are super intense. And this is from the Wet n Wild matte collection. I really love these lip glosses because they're matte and they last a long time and they're affordable. So this is a complete look, everybody. I hope y'all enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you next time. See what other colors I would like to play. Like I said, This palette is super affordable and I'm super in love with, so I'm pretty sure that I will be using it way more.